Good evening and welcome to Backseat Drivers 29, the Devlin Di Francesco episode. Most people probably don't even know who he is.
I just assume he's just random F1 driver who
F1 driver that raced number 29.
Actually, Dave,
yes.
I'm going to tell the fact, and you tell me if this is correct. He scored more points than Latifi has.
Not in F1.
Well, that's a big... I thought that was a shoe-in.
He's an IndyCar driver that was somewhat disappointing this year.
Oh, okay.
So it was his rookie year, granted, and he was in the yes.
I'm sensing a pattern here, Dave.
Why is that?
I'm just
Canadian with a lot of money. I've just put it all together.
Canadian with a lot of money, disappointing people.
I think he has millionaire father, not billionaire father.
Oh, what a loser.
So, yeah.
I know.
He would have been teased at the
evening mad cover.
He went to.
That's updated a bit, hasn't it? It didn't used to have the little picture thing there, did it?
We've gone upper class now.
We have?
Yeah. I think it might just be the software's upgraded itself, but let's say it's us.
We're upgraded. We're upgraded.
29 episodes. We've finally found our.
We finally found our niche. We found our niche.
I finally found a flat peak cap.
I like it.
Great Raceworks, everyone.
Raceworks.
Got to give him a shout out for giving me a free hat. So.
Well done.
There we go.
Hey,
that looks really good with the little logo.
We look pretty clever. Yeah. I mean, some of us do. Some of us forgot a hat.
Some of us have a flat peak cap on.
I'm promoting the company.
The lighting of. Does Helen do supercar lighting?
We used to sponsor Brad Jones Racing.
Oh.
And what happened to that? Maybe Hella could sponsor Backseat Drivers.
We'll buy a couple of hats.
I mean, I'm just saying, Pepsi,
it's better than the current sponsorship deal we've got.
Which is nothing.
Exactly. Anything is better than nothing.
That's true.
So, do we get into some news for this week?
Let's do it.
What do we just do random?
Do we want to go first into the musical chairs that is F1 seats?
Yes.
Or Singapore?
Ooh. No, we do the seats first. I think.
Let's do the seats and the news and
musical chairs.
Musical chairs, yes.
And then we'll get into the preview.
What have we heard this week? Because I've heard many things.
Oh, many things have happened. Let's go. First one is we have Zhao still confirmed for next year at Sauber, so that's knocked out a spot now for Daniel. That's how I look at it. I gugot one less spot.
Do we think Daniel was actually in line for this seat though?
Probably not. No, never. No. And I don't think Sauber was going to get rid of Zhu anyway, because next year they'll be racing in China, and they would definitely want him to race in his home Grand Prix.
Just remind me, how many points has Zhao got, and does he race every week? Because I honestly don't even remember.
Yeah, Zhao races.
He has more than Latifi.
He has more than Latifi.
I still remember. At least I see Latifi. He's out there crashing for us, or getting 0 points, or coming 21st in a 20-man race.
Zhao has scored 6 points this year.
Okay.
As the Sauber's become less competitive, he's been more anonymous.
Yeah, they've gone from
being for a man that's invisible.
No. Well, technically, that's what's happened, because at the start of the year they were pretty good.
Yeah. Bottas was out qualifying the Mercedes at the start of the year.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a
sudden, Zhou was pretty comfortable in the Q2.
Definitely, but now it's like they've just disappeared now. So it's gone. Yeah. They've become the forgotten men of the Grand Prix circuit.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I've forgotten about him until you guys remind me each week.
He's just been doing a solid-ish, unspectacular job all year.
You know who he reminds me of, Dave? You know when they can't get the licensing deals in certain video games and they just have to put random drivers in? And it's like Matt Smith, Pete Johnson, Zhao. And you're like, one of these is real, but you don't know which one. And it just has a bog standard face. Like I could be that bog standard face.
I think the key thing here is that he probably brings a bit of funding.
A bit. I
and
think a lot of funding.
I think some other people bring a lot more, but
he's got.
they were expecting more Chinese companies to jump on board.
Maybe after they race there.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. As he gets a bit more known and there gets a bit of hype in the like in the motherland.
I agree with Ben.
I think they're essentially in a rookie. They're in a holding pattern until Audi comes in.
Okay,
I think that's the key. Yeah, I think that's
basically
the key thing
they're
now.
just gonna. Basically, they're just looking for. They're basically just gonna say, okay, let's not spend too much money during this period. Let's wait till we get bought out by Audi, and then we can go hell for leather on Audi money.
Which I suspect Audi will start pumping in money. Probably
they'll start pumping in money probably about 2024. I reckon they'll start doing because they got to develop the car for 2026.
I think they'll probably start pumping a bit of money into the team next year to start. Yeah, just in the background, just quietly.
Of course,
there'll be a little bit put in there just to bring things up.
Here's
to speed.
a crown. I think, just in a nice little brown paper bag like the good old days.
Yeah,
here's some cash money.
Yeah, you can go and buy some.
That never happened, Buvy. F1 was never corrupt. All sports are legit. I'm looking at you, FIFA.
Matt.
Yeah.
Careful.
I mean, we all know why certain countries win the rights to host certain events. Because they have more, not bribe money, executive show off the area money.
Yes.
F1's a bit more blatant about their accepting of bribes, though.
Oh, no, they were basically. Oh, yeah, they were back in the day, of course.
No, but like we all know why Abu Dhabi's on the calendar and why it's the final round.
It's a beautiful place, Dave, and
they pay the most.
It's a beautiful place, and everyone should go.
There's what everyone else pays, and then there's what Abu Dhabi pays.
Dave, it's a beautiful place. Now, excuse me, I need to blow my nose with some tissues that I got. There we go.
Oh, wow, you've got cash money on you.
It's not my money. It's money that I'm allowed to look at, and the better half spends it.
Yeah, here's a smaller one.
That's Australia. That's how Australia got the F1. We had $5.
We had $5.
Here's my money. Okay, so there was no other driver announcements this week, was there?
Well,
no. Wait a second. We got to mention the obvious one. We got to say bye to the Latifi.
Oh, he was gone last week.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, he was pretty much gone, wasn't he?
Nah, but I'm saying officially.
Yeah.
Officially.
He's been gone for a long time.
I know, but I'm saying they finally officially.
He checked out 6 months ago.
As soon as Darlington bought Williams, that writing was on the wall.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it doesn't help when you come 21st in a 20-man team.
Yeah. Well, De Vries coming in and
De Vries coming in for one race and he's got 2 points.
I heard that he literally turned up. He was in another team's paddock. He'd driven in another F1.
Yeah.
No, that was De Vries.
He'd driven another F1 car.
Yeah. He drove for Aston Martin on Friday as part of the rookie testing shit. And then, they kind of went, hey, you're needed down at Williams.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, shit. And it has to go down to Williams. He goes, I don't know what the buttons do.
Yeah, he got 45 minutes of mucking around.
Basically. How did he get FP1? Did you get FP2 and FP3 or just FP3?
FP3 in qualifying. It was only the Saturday.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh, so basically, wow, that's nothing.
Yeah. And that was Saturday.
He did all right.
It's not like it was Friday afternoon that they kind of went, hey. Yeah. But then, he had driven the Williams earlier on in the year, though, I think.
Yeah.
But not enough to know what he's doing.
Exactly. But the fact that he was still asking the buttons.
Yeah. He's the Mercedes test driver, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so he spent a lot of time in the Mercedes simulator this year. And I think he's driven the Mercedes as well. Yeah. So at least he's driven a few Formula 1 cars. But, he wouldn't be.
How different are the buttons? Like, if I
each team would have each steering wheel's completely different.
And
But
drivers
there's
are different, but Williams is actually very different to all the others because they still run the screen on the cockpit, whereas all the others have the dash on the steering wheel. So Williams' steering wheel is actually quite. If you look at some photos, the Williams steering wheel is actually very different to all the other steering wheels, even.
But the basic, driving part's the same.
Yeah, the gears are the same, but there's a lot going on.
No, because
yes.
Rob's best mate pretty much said at the end of the race when he finished, 37th somehow, he got overtaken by a pigeon. Pretty much
But he's
said
never
that
finished last.
This is true.
Yeah.
But he pretty much
He has
said
not
this is
finished
where
last.
this is where the car deserved to finish. It didn't help that his teammate finished in the points, which made him look like a bit of an idiot.
Okay.
More
I've
so.
got a photo of it. I do have a photo of the steering wheel. And you're completely different to everybody else. Like you said, all the other teams have the steering wheel, will have the dash on they have the little LCD display on the wheel. Williams, they decided to just leave it there mounted to the chassis.
Do they
Which
have
I'm not sure why they
dials screwed to the outside of the car, just on the dashboard, just past the windows, like the boost gauge, the oil temp, and what was the other one you used to have, Dave? You would have had
Oil
3.
pressure.
Oil pressure.
Yeah, I had oil pressure. I also had air fuel mixture on one of them.
Just have a row of them just on the front. Just
one of them had them on the bonnet, and the other one was inside.
And did you
and
have
then
a
the other one
shopping
had
list? None.
no.
Stealth mode.
Yeah, well, the other one had a proper dash in it, so.
The other one I've heard of today was that Dan Ricciardo just needs to ring up Haas. I forgot to bring mine, and pretty much just ask for a seat, please.
Oh, really?
He's more than welcome to pick. He said he's more than welcome to pick up the phone and have a chat about a seat.
Okay.
That will be. We will pay you nothing.
Oh yeah, I would. If you're offering him the seat, it means you're also offering him a cut price salary.
Yeah. Of course.
Oh, they'll be trying to get him for cheap.
You'll be a gentleman driver. You'll be doing this just for fun because you've already made $20 million.
And the sad thing is, he will take it because he wants to be in Formula One.
He'd rather drive. He'd rather drive than do anything else, for sure.
You know why? He wants to be in Drive to Survive Season 7. Everyone knows he needs.
He's not up to Season 7 next year.
No, next year
Season
will be 6.
Next year will be Season 6.
Which will be this year.
And then the following year will be Season 7.
I imagine. So he'll want to be in Season 7 because then he might get syndication rights if they keep airing it over and over again. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they're probably on a slightly different kind of contract to a normal. I don't think the syndication thing works with Netflix and that.
I also don't think they need to pay them because they'll be like, we're an American company. We can only pay you in America. And they're like, I don't have an address in America. I live in Monaco. Please send your money there in a paper bag.
has an American.
Yeah, he's got a place in LA.
He's got an address.
Yeah, in LA. Yeah.
But that's not where his business is. It's all in Monaco.
No, he'd be, This is how he can afford a place in LA.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Dan Ricciardo. I read that as 91 NASCAR teams, which is pretty impressive. Because Jay wrote 5 IndyCar teams, so I'm imagining 96 teams have contacted him from America.
No, one NASCAR team. No, it's one NASCAR team, 5 IndyCar teams. Yeah. And we'll see what happens.
Dave, if you had a choice between those 4, let's just say they're random IndyCar teams, which one are you taking?
The issue now is that the IndyCar seats that are genuinely available are probably not the right ones. But I would have, well, there's a question mark whether Ganassi is going to still run the 4th car next year that Jimmy Johnson was running, which Jimmy's come out this week and said he's not going to be racing that next year. So there is potentially a 4th Ganassi seat there, but I would have been hammering down the door at Chip Ganassi to take the number 10 seat while the Palou situation was still sorting itself out. and then whatever Pillow does kind of thing.
So you take an Indy over Haas and Alpine?
Yeah, because at least you can be competitive.
Yeah.
Alpine's Alpine.
Alpine's Alpine, Dev.
But
technically they're fourth in the championship.
Yeah, but that's all they're ever going to be.
They're not going to get to. They're not going to move up from that. That's true.
They don't I can't see McLaren. You can see how they could progress to at least challenge Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari, kind of thing. I can't. Alpine, is not headed in the right direction. They're going to be stuck in that 5th, 6th kind of position the whole way through, I think. That's just my opinion, but I can't say. As I keep saying, you'd be better off trying to get the AlphaTauri seat.
Well, speaking of AlphaTauri, there's been more rumours that there are
for sale still.
For sale, and I've been listening that supposedly AlphaTauri's always been for sale. It's essentially just been on a constant. You make us an offer, we'll get rid of it, because then they no longer see it as a junior team. It's a sister team. And it's not for, and it's a lot of effort to keep running, as in just to look after and stuff. And basically, also other people saying it's unfair that Red Bull essentially have a second testing team, which they can basically just go, let's try what happens in here, because who cares what happens to AlphaTauri? They're just a bunch of kids. One of them plays PlayStation all the time. He's not going to care. He's just going to yell at us. But then we can test that out, and if it works, we can put it in production in our proper machines, where we have a very, very dominant car. And then you can also start conspiracy theories when you make the PlayStation kid crash, and then everyone, and Twitter can go nuts.
Oh, yeah. F1 Twitter. Oh, sure.
And I feed off that. It's hilarious.
I think they did they essentially used it as a test mule for the Honda engine to sort out how that was going before. But other than normal stuff, they're two separate cars designed separately, etc. So
one's based in the UK and one's based in Italy.
But I think the key thing with it is now they're not using it as a proper junior team.
No, they're not.
And I think for a long time, AlphaTauri has actually been costing them more to run than what Red Bull does, because Red Bull has the other now you've got Oracle and BitByte or whatever on their Honda chipping in money, whereas AlphaTauri's been essentially just fully funded by Red Bull.
And their clothing brand. I don't know if you've seen their website, Dave. They have very expensive, fancy clothes.
I did, because I thought, maybe you can buy a T-shirt or something, and then
you can. But you've got a mortgage to pay, so it's one or the other.
It was. The Kimoa hats are cheaper than bloody AlphaTauri.
You'd rather buy one of them.
Well, I think AlphaTauri is a high-end fashion brand now.
Oh, really?
Does it look like I'm into high-end fashion?
You're right.
I bought this.
I bought this because I'm not a Ferrari fan. I bought this because it was really cheap.
Hey, don't bag it. If it's cheap, don't worry about it.
Exactly.
It's
good. It's bloody good quality too.
They don't develop anybody.
Yeah. They do for other teams.
That's true. They develop drivers for other teams. You're right about
that.
Look
at their 3 graduates from the last year.
Yeah.
Who we got?
Zhou.
Zhou's
Is
gone
it Sauber?
Mr. Invisible. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Piastri. We fucked around for too long, so he's gone to McLaren. Christian Lundgaard's at Rahal Letterman in IndyCar.
So they basically develop drivers for other teams.
Now they've got the problem as well for other teams. Now they've got Jack Doohan as well, which essentially he might get promoted, but he's not ready to be promoted.
You reckon they're just panicking and they're just going to quickly promote him?
Well, if they don't get Ocon, Jack Doohan's probably the most logical to put in that seat. But he's not ready. If they get Ocon, then if they get Gasly, they've got Ocon and Gasly, which is a lineup for a few years.
And then what's Jack
Like,
gonna do?
and then Jack ends up in the same position Piastri was in.
Oh no! I know what Jack's going to do. Jack's going to see a Twitter that says, "We are pleased to announce Jack Doohan is our new driver." Jack Doohan is going to be in Sydney at the time and go, "Oi, bloody hell! What the hell's this, mate?" Jump on, Twitter, and then say, he's going to ask Oscar, "Can I borrow your template, please? I need to just change my name and the new team that just says I'm not driving for here. I'm driving for insert team name here." Andretti Racing. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Oh, yeah.
And then what's his name? The boss of Alpine going, "Oh no, this happened again, and I have no idea why."
Loyalty.
Loyalty, yes.
Why do bad things happen to me all the time? Anyway, back to Twitter. I've got to yell at some children.
Just on the Doohans, have you guys, Michael or Mick Doohan's house, up for sale? If I forget what the address is, but oh my God, it's got a full-on go-kart track around the property.
How much are we talking, Dave? I mean, I just bought a house. I'm always up for another one.
Actually, I think it might have. I think the auction might have been last weekend.
Well, Dave,
there was there was no value on it, so it's got a helipad. And
holy crap!
Did it sell?
I think Buvy just.
just found it. Yeah.
He bought the property back in 1996
when he was like a super champ.
That was right at the start. I think that might have been his first championship. Was 96?
First one, 96. He bought it in 96 for 1.7 million.
So prize money.
And they're expecting it to go for over 27.
Oh, 27 grand or 27 million?
No. 27M.
27
with 6 zeros behind it.
I'm out.
I mean, the kitchen probably needs updating.
Is that why you're not bidding on it, Dave? The kitchen needs work.
The kitchen needs work. I'm looking at his garage now with a helicopter in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call that a garage. That's more
a hangar.
just like a factory. Yeah,
it's a factory.
Hangars probably. Yeah.
He's got the helicopter. He's got a couple
of
lights.
Does the roof open up, Buvy, for the helicopter to leave?
He's actually using a quad bike to pull he's got the helicopter on a little ramp thing.
How poor can you be where you have to use a quad bike to pull out your helicopter out of your $27 million
it looks
house?
Like it's a hot.
What a loser!
Well, I'm looking at it. Technically, it's probably a free one he got from Honda anyway.
He didn't even buy one himself. He's just freeloading off his old sponsors.
Of course.
Matt, imagine freeloading off sponsors. Anyway, Pepsi, this is delicious.
Have you guys seen the new look for the McLaren livery for the next 2 races?
Is it for 2? I thought it was just for Singapore.
No, it's for Japan as well.
Japan as well.
What happened last time when Ferrari got a special livery and then they stuffed up? Does McLaren have the same kind of curse where they change it and then, or is it they're going to do well?
Most of the time it never works out. For F1, never works out with a special livery.
Red Bull wrecked that last year though with that special Honda livery.
Yeah, that's the only one.
I forget where they ran that.
Was it Mexico? No,
I can't remember now. I don't think
basically Red Bull could just paint their car red with just old house paint and still probably win.
Well, technically, back in the day, it was
as long as it's Max.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you're not a big fan of Max number 2, little Ruben.
Little Bottas.
Yeah,
I just there we go. Turkey.
That's what it was. Okay.
Buvy, next week Max is the new fact checker. I think you've been Gatifi'd out. We've got a new fact checker. He's been here 20 minutes and he's already checking facts quicker than you.
When I'm on the other side, that's when I do my best fact checking. When I'm not actually when I'm not actually having to talk.
Not having to think.
Yeah, I know. All I do is talk on here. I can't look anything up while
I don't even think. I just talk, and then the words follow me.
That's normal.
We've got Albert back this weekend.
Yay!
Yes. He's going to have a cool scar.
I wonder if he'll show it off. I wonder if he'll actually show it off, saying, "Here's the scar."
Probably.
Yeah, most.
Do you reckon he'll go up to Gaddafi and just say sorry for getting you fired, for getting for showing everyone how bad you are? Like, I didn't mean to get appendicitis, and I didn't mean for the whole world to see that you are the 25th best F1 driver currently and don't belong there.
I think he was pretty much out before the weekend anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, but this just made it way more obvious when someone who's literally like been sitting on a couch and going, "Hey, do you want to drive an F1 car?" And he's like, "I'll give it a shot." How hard can it be? And then Mr. Money Canadian Moneybags has just come up and go, "Look, it's really hard. I barely scored any points this year." And he goes, "I'll see what I can do. Hold my beer. Also, I'm drunk when I'm doing this. I shouldn't be, but I really want to rub it in about how much better I am than you."
Which button does what?
I know, exactly. He was saying that during the middle of the race too. Which button does what? So imagine if he knew what the buttons did.
How do I order? Where's the any key? I want to.
Where's the drink button? Kimmy, you don't have the drink. Remember that radio call? I miss Raikkonen.
So are we gonna have our Singapore predictions?
Let's talk about Singapore first before we start predicting.
I miss the Singapore sling. The double chicane thing.
Oh, that's a great thing.
Oh, where cars can launch themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah, why did they get rid of that?
I don't know.
I think it's
Stupid
3 letters,
safety.
Dave. O, H, and S.
Ooh, okay. Got some.
Ooh.
Although technically, Nick.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. What do you think?
I think the problem is that Latifi has paid for the year.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's prepaid his F1 season, and he's like, "I'm going to get the most out of it."
I think that'll be the problem. That cancel the contract. Essentially, it'll be a situation like
they're not
Dan
canceling.
getting paid.
They're just saying like, "Can you sit out this one? We would like some more points, please."
We found someone better. But realistically, though, Williams aren't going to jump any positions in the championship, are they?
Don't think so.
They are last, and they're a fairly good way last, aren't they?
I would imagine
19 points.
They've got 19.
No, 19
points
points behind.
And what have we got?
Martin.
5 or 6 rounds to go.
6, I think.
So even that's finishing 9th and 10th every race.
No.
And they still don't catch them.
No, don't think so.
So, realistically, that's not going to happen.
No.
Oh, yeah, 19 points behind. So, yeah.
Because, but the car's not going to be any good around Singapore.
No way.
I'm just
I can
trying
almost
to think.
see this. This is going to be
They won't be anywhere in Abu Dhabi.
No.
They probably not anywhere in Brazil.
Don't think so in Coda either.
Yeah, Coda will be a disaster. So
Mexico.
Maybe. There's not a lot of cornering in Mexico, but yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see them. It wouldn't be worth it. You're not going to pick up a champion. You're not going to say get 9th in the constructors or anything.
No, I don't think that.
What you have to pay out, So
the
only reason,
What if he accidentally broke his knees? Like, you know.
Then you would need.
That's a different story, Matt.
Like in The Simpsons, where Mr. Burns, can't join the bowling league because someone ran past and hit him in the knees. I'm not saying they should do that, but it's just something to think about.
It's an option.
It could be there. You never know.
It'll
be nice to actually see some racing in the air, like in Singapore again. I like the track, even though I like the Singapore track, the way they light it up. And it just looks really cool at night.
It is a very good TV.
It's a very good TV track. Yes.
Yeah.
The
races haven't always been the best.
Oh yeah. Although technically, if you do get Crashgate again, that's a different story.
Well, that was actually a good race to watch. Because
exactly.
Let's get Nelson to cause a convenient safety car for someone.
Exactly.
But it's supposed to be wet over the weekend.
Yeah, that's what I checked. I checked the weather report. Looks like it's going to be
Hmm.
Friday's okay. Saturday they say showers, and then Sunday they're predicting 60% chance of rain. And if it's a 60%
Ooh.
chance of rain in Singapore, I
Lot of
guarantee it's
rain.
going to rain. It's going to
Hmm.
rain.
It's
So
gonna be a lot of
that could
rain.
really spice things up.
Oh yeah.
Like, because
That'd be
Max really struggles in the wet.
Like he'll finish third instead of first, or like actual struggles.
No.
No,
He's
like
actually-
he'll probably finish first instead of first.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a shame.
Couldn't you hear the sarcasm in Dave's voice?
I assumed that he would have struggled. You know, like he.
No.
has been struggling
Max is
all
one of the
season.
better ones. Max is one of the better ones in the
all
wet.
season he's been struggling. Like when he made it fun and started at the back, and
he still won.
And then I think there's going to be one race where he should have to drive the first lap backwards, just in reverse, and then do a donut at the end, and then keep driving.
You could just imagine like this weekend, like, hey guys, for shits and giggles, let's start at the back and see how far I can get up in Singapore.
Yeah.
Like, they say you can't pass here. Let's test it out.
Let's try it out.
Mr. Ginger Spice, how about you give me 10 grand for every car I pass from the back? I need some spending money when I'm in Singapore.
Yep.
I'm looking to do some duty-free shopping. You give me a little cheeky bonus for every car I overtake, like in Gran Turismo again.
That'll be good. Like I was saying, it should be interesting. I'm
Max for
looking
the
forward
win.
to this race. Max for the win, yeah, of course. And then second, I don't care anymore.
George.
Yeah.
I think George will
I reckon George could be up there. Yeah, I reckon George will be up there. He'll reign 60% of the day. Yeah, that's about right.
Which will be most of the race, I imagine. I reckon
Yeah.
George and I can't see Ferrari. I can see 4 to 6. And
Let's put Hamilton up there. Let's just put Hamilton there.
No, shush, Buvy. You and your
Why?
nonsense dog. No,
Hey,
What
wait a
about
second.
Rookie of the Year, Fernando Alonso?
100% yes.
Yeah, well, okay. That's a good one. So, okay, we got our top three now. Max, George,
Yeah,
and Alonso.
yeah. And
then-
actually, supposedly Seb's won it a lot there, so maybe he gets points.
Seb was the master of Singapore for a few years.
Yeah,
Also, how many safety cars?
3.
If
Three?
it's wet,
Oh, if it's
Oh,
wet,
yeah.
forget it. Oh,
Four.
I'm saying 4 or 5. For
if it's wet, I guarantee you
Latifi can only crash once.
That's true.
So
What's the bet he actually finishes last this race?
wait, actually finishes the race and then last, or
No.
He-
Finishes
if-
20th.
If it's
Classified
wet,
as 20th.
if it's wet, someone will do a mischief going into the first corner or something,
Of course.
which will put them out of the race. Whereas
Exactly.
he'll be 20th on the grid, so all the other cars will,
Oh, yeah, true.
crash in
Nothing
front
will
of
happen
him,
to
and
him.
he'll
Yeah,
be
exactly.
yeah.
no,
He'll
he'll
be
let
fine.
everyone
He'll-
go through and then smash.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll just smash later.
So technically, still not come last though.
No,
Yeah,
because someone
unfortunately.
else will smash out before him, probably.
That's that's one good thing about him. He never smashes first.
Mm.
He always lets someone else smash,
Mm.
and then
Or break
also,
down
with
somewhere.
the safety car, it's got to be real safety cars, not a virtual safety car.
No, if you count virtual safety cars, then I'd probably say 8.
No. I'm just saying real. I'm saying just only the real safety.
No,
cars.
real
The
safety cars, yeah, 3-4. I'd say
Who
3-4.
Who wins disappointment of the year? I'd say Alpine, just in general, for being.
Oh yeah, they've just been the. Oh, they have not
for-
managed their team well.
Alpine's lawyer.
yeah.
Alpine's Twitter account. Whoever runs their Twitter account needs to have a meeting with their contract lawyer, and they need to both sit down and look at each other, have a good hard look at each other, and go, "We're not very good at this, are we?" We didn't want to announce it right now.
No, we don't.
but
I know
Dave,
exactly.
Dave went on Seek this week, and he put in his CV, and we're happy to announce he is in charge of the wheelie bins at Ferrari, which is actually the promotion of looking after the F1 cars.
I don't want anything to do with the Ferrari strategy at all, because when it turns to absolute shit this weekend, I don't want any of the blame for it.
Ooh,
So we all heard that. Dave is in charge. Dave will have a Twitter account set up where we can hurl abuse at him. And he will so what's the strategy this week that you can see happening? Because they've already miscounted tires.
If it's raining,
they'll put slicks on.
Putting slicks on.
That's a bit easy. I'm thinking
No. They'll mix up the inters and the wets.
I'm thinking they're going to mix up they're going to try to do a double stack, and they're going to have one side of the car with inters and the other side with wets, because one of them was meant to have inters and one of them was meant to have wets, and they've put them on the wrong side. That's my prediction. I'm going crazy, but I can see something stupid like that.
Well, they seem to have to outdo themselves each.
That's what I mean. I reckon there's going to be 8 people with tyres, and they're not going to know which teams for the first car and which is for the second car. There's going to be panic. Order. Yeah, there'll be some panic when the rain starts coming in, and then they'll quickly put tyres all over the shop. And then Max will just cruise past, and he'll just do a royal wave like, hello, and then he'll go on to win. And then for some reason, Toto's going to get angry at all of this because I
smash the table.
Table or headphones?
Headphones.
Wow.
Bit of both, I reckon.
I feel like he's moving to he's getting to that point. I think if Max wins a 3rd championship in a row, he's going to smash a table wrestling style.
Probably. Singapore, Sunday. I'm just checking the current weather update. 29 degrees.
Oh, so it's going to be very humid.
70% humidity.
Oh.
And 80% chance of rain.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not me.
I've been to Singapore too, Matt.
Yeah.
I've been to Singapore as well.
There's a tower in Singapore, which is about 7 stories high. I ran up that and then back down for no apparent reason because I'm me.
You idiot.
Anyway, I drained out sweat and almost filled a cup of what's it called? Little beer pong cup. When I got back to the train because I couldn't get on the train that sweaty. Yeah, it's a very humid place, and I am not. And as Dan Ricciardo says, I am not an elite premier athlete. The sweat that I had was essentially just meat sweat. It was not. It was not a sportsman's sweat. It was just a fat man who ate too much food that day. That's going to be the most uncomfortable race, I think, this year.
I think so.
As opposed to last week's race, which would have been the most uncomfortable race for Latifi, watching a man who's never driven before score infinitely more points than he has this season.
I think the key thing was that he didn't actually see him because he was that far in front.
That's true too.
He would have heard though. Like he would have known that the...
he would have sensed it. I haven't seen Nick around anywhere.
I imagine he's not behind him. He's not driving and going, let me just check the mirrors. There must be a whole bunch of people behind me. It might be Max lapping you, but it's certainly not that you're in, ninth position and there's a whole bunch of cars behind you.
Yep.
Do you think sometimes he checks the mirrors just on the off chance that he has overtaken someone?
I think that's more watching for the cars about to lap him.
Lap him, yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't just remove them for weight reduction. And then if the FIA asks him why he has it, he'd say, well, it's not like I need them. No one's behind me.
I think that's Stroll's theory. He seems to have a failure with, No, I'm that slow. No one could be behind me. Yeah. Exactly.
No one. He doesn't do any head checks or anything. Clearly, the Canadian driving license is a lot different to here.
Of course it is.
Check your mirrors. Check your head. Do the head check.
Yep.
Indicate and then go across.
Canada's like, okay, I'm indicating.
No, it's not even indicate. It's just slam yourself to the left or slam yourself to the right.
To the right, and that's it. And good luck.
Yeah.
If you are rich enough, you just get handed a license.
A super license or a regular license, Dave?
Right.
Maybe both.
These are two people that qualified for a super license.
Through F2,
a lot of
F1
people
and
say
F-
that. Yeah, but also they're saying that Latifi finished second, where his current new best mate finished first, and yet because Latifi had, that sweet, may I have a ticket,
ripples.
please?
Yeah.
Actually,
I think Stroll came in the year before the super license.
Did he?
I think so. If you go back, I think they jumped the gun with him so that he was in before the super license started.
So he's been racing longer than Max.
Yeah, I think so.
That's embarrassing.
Or possibly the same year.
That's. You need to...
What are they both? 2016, I think.
2016.
What was Max debut?
How long's Max been in for?
Max 20.
Yeah, they said 2016.
Max was 2016 as well.
Oh. So basically, no, Max would have been 2015 because they introduced a super license requirement in 2016.
But how did Stroll get in, or did he get because of the F3 points?
Possibly.
That's how he got in. Oh no, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave Phillips Stroll, he needed 2. There you go. Here you go. FIA. Take my money, please.
So with Stroll, what they did, they essentially bought a 2-year-old Williams, and he went driving that around pretty much every track in Europe for the year. They also bought Anthony Davison to coach him for the year as well, while they also supposedly had bought the 3-car F3 team, and his teammates weren't allowed to beat him.
Just a quick question, Dave. Do F1 drivers usually have coaches?
It's becoming more and more a thing.
But I mean, Max wouldn't have a coach that teaches him how to drive. Max seems to be able to...
Yeah, I think there's certain ones, but see, Max would have had coaching off his mum and dad.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah, but I mean, like when he's now at the elite level, there's not a guy
Probably
going,
not.
Turn the steering wheel to the left when you want to go left, as in like when we went go-karting.
But there is, it's kept very hush-hush, but I've forgotten his name at the moment. There is a guy in the UK that does work with some of the Formula 1 drivers, and he's got essentially, it's like a Vauxhall Astra. And he's got an airport or whatever, and he puts out cones and that, and he gets them to drive around in the Astra.
Dave, you're explaining the Top Gear star in a reasonably priced car.
Yeah,
not a training ground.
It's essentially like that.
Okay.
And I can tell you, one of the supercars guys went and did it just in the break a few, it was probably a month ago or so now. Mm-hmm. He went over to hone his skills. So where they go and they just talk about a bit of weight transfer and break a bit earlier, turn a bit later, things like that, just to work on things. But there is the F1 stuff is kept very hush hush.
Oh, okay.
Some of the supercars do go over and use this guy, and some of them will admit that they do things like that. But there's also within Australia, Paul Morris does a very similar thing at Norwell, where they train a lot of the younger guys.
The younger ones I understand, but if you're Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton level, I can't see Lewis Hamilton going to his English countryside and go, I'm going to hone up on my skills on how to drive a car at 300 kilometers an hour.
I imagine that there's ones like Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen that would just be like, no, I know how to drive. But
clearly they do.
Like Stroll, probably Latifi, would go and do things like this to improve their skills.
By the looks of it, Stroll gets told that, and he goes, "Don't forget what I taught you." And then on the day of the race, he's like, "I've forgotten everything. Full steam ahead."
You have to retain that and actually change your style and stuff.
Okay, I figured out I found the guy's name.
Yeah, what's his?
Rob Wilson.
That's the one.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the videos, and quite literally, they're driving around in a Vauxhall Astra, or even looks like a Vectra.
Yeah,
And now,
it's
Buvy, are you
yeah.
sure you're not watching Top Gear highlights? 'Cause I
No, it's
imagine
not a
they
Top
look the
Gear
same.
highlight because
And
they've
from
got
what you're
one.
describing, it just sounds like starting a reasonably priced car, but the
No,
F1
not when I've got
edition.
not when I'm looking. Not when I'm looking at
It's
another
it's
video where
very
they've got Karoon,
yeah.
where they're Karoon talking to
Hmm.
the guy in the same car.
Are you sure it's not behind the scenes and that's actually the Stig?
No, it isn't. It's not
Just
banned,
checking.
whatever it is.
Apparently, it probably could be because a lot of these drivers have said, like, they'll go and do laps or whatever, and then he
Yeah.
goes, right, now I'll show you how it's done.
Okay.
And then it just blows them away.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I forget how we got onto that subject, but there we go.
Like
No.
most things with
No, you're talking about you were
Sky-
talking about Max with saying that he had they organised the trainer for him when he was growing
No,
up.
that was Lance
So-
Stroll
Oh, that was
before he
Lance
came
Stroll.
in.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So fair
Yeah,
enough.
he's essentially they employed Alex Davison. Not Alex. What was his name? The little commentator guy?
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davison.
Yep.
Alex Davison's the
AKA
Ferrari
the
Supercars
Stig.
driver.
Yeah.
Oh. So is
Yeah.
Stroll, how many seasons do you reckon Stroll's got left in him? If he,
I don't know.
Is he still,
He's confirmed for next
Limitless.
year.
How much money has his father got?
His
So
father
is he-
owns the team.
so his father's still pumping him money to keep him there? Like that's still
Basically.
going?
Yeah.
He hasn't decided that's
Yeah.
a bad idea?
Well,
At the moment, no.
no. And he's within shooting distance of Seb.
Yeah.
I suppose the hard thing is if that rookie comes in next year, it will be his second year in the category. So if Alonso destroys him next year,
Yeah, then it's a
it
different
becomes harder to justify it. But the
And then
thing
they
is,
can get a rookie.
he's just someone better.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But the thing is,
So basically
Stroll's
anyone.
results aren't that bad when you compare it to the teammates.
He's just had some bad luck.
Yeah.
He's
But,
had some bad luck.
Like he has had a couple of podiums and that.
Not this year.
No, but in the past. But it's not like
Yeah.
Seb's been close to getting the podium this year.
No. Almost Seb's
True.
treating us like a farewell tour.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
He's done all he needs to do. He's
Won 4 world championships. He's
see,
been to the top.
They were more than happy keeping Seb on
Oh,
next year if he wanted to stay. And they'd be paying big money to have four-time world champion there.
Exactly.
And also because he's not destroying Stroll.
Exactly. But Fernando wouldn't give a shit.
No, and that's where it could fall apart because Fernando could well come in and destroy him.
Oh, yeah. You can see it. He doesn't care.
No, and Fernando's,
More
he's
entitled.
stacked up extremely well to Ocon.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It is like the next big thing, apparently.
Where are we?
He was, before he ended up at Alpine, he was going to be the Bottas replacement.
Okay. But obviously...
Bottas mustn't have much left in the
He's still
Once
young.
again, though, they're in that holding pattern now until Audi comes in.
So
So if
basically...
you've got someone who's solid, and if all he has to do is beat Joe, and he looks like he's good.
Yeah, it's basically... he'll
So
just keep doing that.
basically, until Audi get here, it's going to be a
Hold
not
pattern.
much. Yeah. So basically, once you get in, so what you're saying, if Dan can get into a team now, he can sort of hide his way there until.
No, I think what'll happen, they'll come in all guns a-blazing and buy they'll buy like a Nick DeVries or someone like that.
Dave, can you...
So-
what's the profile photo for Blake?
This.
What's he got there?
It looks
What
like a monster Mustang.
Monster Mustang.
A Mustang.
Yeah, I don't recognize the real Mustang in monster colors. It's got to look like the Frankenstein one that actually races.
Yeah, next year they'll be back to... Well, hopefully Gen 3 it'll look like a normal Mustang again. Not really. Don't worry, I've seen the renders too. Yeah, it's not going to look. It's
The funny thing is though, I've got so used to looking at the Gen 2 ones
Yep.
that when I walked past that monster one painted up in Sandown, I was like, fuck, that looks weird. Because all the proportions look like when it's got a race livery on it, you're like, all the proportions are, and you're like, oh wait, no, that's a proper Mustang.
Yes, exactly. It makes a big difference.
The Chrome Dome one. Yeah. Anyway.
Cheeseburger. Also, we've got a Ford fan there.
Yeah.
So,
I think next weekend you got to beat Mostert first, but
yeah, I reckon
that's for the video on Tuesday.
Yep.
Whoa.
So we're not talking about that one. We're not talking about that. All right. Let's see. What else? What else we got?
People want to talk about carbon neutral.
Eventually they'll do it. That's it. They'll do it. So yeah, I think we'll
Dave, they're not doing it anytime soon when they're doing around the world in 80 ways and just flying. They may as well literally have an airship that flies around the world, constantly picking them up and stuff, and just burning fossils that way.
I know.
I understand why we go to Las Vegas, Abu Dhabi at the end of the year.
Do?
Jesus.
That's money.
Yeah, the end of next year is Las Vegas and then Abu Dhabi.
But why do they do that? Why do they need to? Besides money, obviously.
It's
money.
cash.
I thought
they just want
money.
the USD. They just want they want that sweet US dollar, and that's it.
They're Abu Dhabi's paid $1 bazillion to be the final round, and then they're promoting Liberty Media's promoting Las Vegas.
Like
they have to because it's a new race.
Yep. No, they're promoting it.
No,
Liberty Media are the promoter, so they've organised this one.
Yeah, and
so
I've been reading up on
it to be a success.
Yeah, and I've been reading up on. No, not really. They own the series.
Kind of?
No, because you've got like IndyCar. They do some of their own rounds, and Supercars do some promote.
But it just seems weird that whatever races before it, they're going to be like, "Hey, this race is really good," but next week is going to be this race is trash. But next week we're going to Vegas. That's
a bit of the problem with what they're doing with this one. And that's why they essentially to try and be as late in the year, hopefully there's championship showdown.
Yep.
So you got
Brazil, which keeps people interested.
I can't see. I can see Hamilton dropping off. I would like a Max versus George actually.
Next year.
Max versus George would be exciting.
Because I think this year is just Max versus Max.
It's Max versus his engines.
I think
that's basically
Max,
that's all it
Max versus his creativity on how he can win.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking in the last lap, he should have to pit and they should put fireworks on his car. So when he crosses the line, it just shoots off lines of fireworks. And then
they do that in
Singapore
lap. Anyway. They do that in Singapore
on
anyway.
The car. On the car.
Yeah. On the car.
I want him to cross the line and it just go pew, 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 pew. And then I want Toto. Yeah, but I want Toto to like look into the camera and go, "This is not racing," and then like disappointingly like walk away, and then George to come in and go, "Daddy, why are you upset?" No reason, son. I'm gone. And then he just goes and he like hides, and then Mr. Ginger Spice tries to come over and like give him a hug. Yeah, drive the whole race backwards. Or Dave, which is the ones where they do the reverse grid?
A few series do that.
I'm trying to think who does it now.
Does F1? I think F3 does it. There's some sort of reverse race in that, isn't there? Or reverse grid or something?
F2 has the reverse in the sprint race. But the reverse top 8?
Something like that, yeah.
I think it is,
top 10 or something.
Eighth position's not enough for Max. You know how on the track
I think if you're reversing it, you reverse the whole thing. I don't think it's, Oh, speaking of bullshit things, 6 sprint races next year.
Oh, so you're not a fan of it either, because Buvy's
What's
already...
that? The 6 sprint races, yeah.
Sprint races. Yeah. But
it was a novelty. Obviously they're thinking they need to do something different. They've done 3. Yeah, that's the only problem to money. Yeah. But the problem is you got to do it at the right track. you need to be able to do it at a track where it actually.
Yeah, Buvy,
people
you've
want
got to do it at the right track. The one that gives you all the money gets
Mm.
the sprint track.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
But
they do it.
the
I
thing
think,
is, it's supposed to like mix up the grid or whatever.
but half
but
the
you
time
still-
it doesn't.
Well, you're qualifying, so the fastest guy still starts first.
Exactly.
So how does it mix it up? If you're going to do it, like reverse the grid or something like that, or
Yeah.
to somehow have it fully mixed up. Like it's just Max gets on pole, Max wins the sprint, Max starts first in the Grand Prix, Max goes and
That's
wins
it.
the Grand Prix. At the
Dave,
moment,
I've got an idea. I just thought of it, and the good thing is it involves one of our favourite accessories.
Which
You
is
get a hat. You put all the names in the hat. You
yeah,
pull the name out of the hat, and you go Stroll. You've got position 3. So, phew.
like it back in the 93, 94, I think it was. Like the
They had
supercars, they had as a sprint race on the Sunday morning before, like after qualifying, and they had the top 6 drivers actually pulled a number out of the hat, and they had a little like 3-lap sprint race or whatever. If we're
I
doing
like
this
this.
sprint thing, have something like that where, and even
Call it the
like
hat
you
sprint.
might, yeah, but maybe even have proper qualifying on Friday that
Yeah.
sets a grid for the Grand Prix on Sunday, and then just have this totally different,
random
yeah,
sprint.
random sprint thing on Saturday that's totally different away from the whole thing. Like, but what pisses me off about it now, I really have to pay attention to what's happening on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
When
Like
it's
on a
sprint
normal
round.
Grand Prix weekend. Yeah.
You can have
normal Grand Prix
Fridays.
weekend.
You don't have to worry
I
about.
can
Friday.
watch a quick highlights or whatever, read the report. Like I don't have to spend a lot of. Now all of a sudden, then it's adding a good hour onto the Formula One for the weekend.
Because you have
Which
to. You watch
yeah.
it. You watch free practice. They go into qualifying. They have a second free practice on Saturday. Then they do the sprint race, and then they do the race.
Which, you know, I'm not complaining more cars on track, rah, rah.
I
But I
was
am
about to say,
complaining
Dave, for
because
someone
it
that
eats
likes
up so much
F1.
more of my time. Yeah, but it is actually like it's becoming a little bit taxing. Especially like next year, what are we, 23,
24
rounds?
races. 24 races.
That's nearly every second weekend for the whole year.
It is. And not just that, you're also going to have, and also you got to, okay, sure, they're going to allocate one extra engine, one extra part of everything, but is that going to be enough still?
Yeah, but not even like it just like it starts, especially when you've got these back to back to back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and
There's 3 of
it's
them.
not so bad if you're in Europe or whatever, where it's quite a convenient time to watch on. But like I'm having
The Americas.
Yeah, you've either got to watch it in the middle of the night or get up really early the next morning to watch it, so that you don't get spoilers and all that kind of thing during the day. It does actually start to become a little bit taxing. There's my rant.
Good rant.
So what I'm understanding, Dave, is you, an F1 fan, have been complaining that there's too much F1.
It's nearly getting to that.
There's too much of a good thing.
There can be.
Yeah. And and I think like NASCAR's popularity is really waning in America.
Because it's just too many races.
Well, that's the thing. Like they're 36 rounds or something like that.
They almost race they race every weekend, and then they've got like 2 races a weekend. It's nuts.
Yeah. To follow the sport and like how many rounds does footy have for the year?
23.
23.
Plus 23 rounds. Plus
and
a
then
fly round.
plus 3 weeks of finals.
Yeah. But if you're if you're here watching the footy, what is that, 2 hours, say on a Saturday afternoon, or you know, it's Whereas my problem, it's not a Sunday afternoon here. It's
a Sunday.
You've
it's
got
a Monday
invest
morning.
a lot more time to
well, that's the thing. Like especially on the sprint weekends, you have to watch qualifying on Friday. You have to watch the sprint race on Saturday. Then you've got the Grand Prix on Sunday, which is the problem is that it's not like Saturday afternoon or whatever, that you might be able to watch it a little bit. Like you've either got to stay up to the middle of the night on Saturday night, or you've got to, try and watch it on Sunday morning before
All
you
the
touch your
spoilers.
phone or because
Oh,
yeah.
oh, what's this Formula One
Yeah.
simulator?
Yeah.
I want to hear more about this Formula One simulator, or AKA the Stroll Daddy. Help me learn to drive a car.
Well, that's what they have in the factory.
Yeah, that's what I got back there.
Well, yeah. So you can use So again, this is another question. You've got the testing at the start of the year, and that's in the proper car. And
Yeah.
you've got limited hours on how much you can use.
Yeah.
Well, they've over 8 days, I think it is.
But you can sit in the simulator as much as you like.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what they did, because everyone was spending too much money going testing, so they stopped people going testing. So everyone spent lots and lots of money on simulators.
I'm guessing they're not Logitech G29s and a PlayStation 5.
No.
Fair enough.
No.
Because I was hoping I could buy one cheap off them, and just a G25 and a PS4 even.
Let's Mick Doohan's old house, Formula One simulator.
Same price.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'd be,
so me looking on eBay for a $300 steering wheel is
and the other problem with them is as well, it's not like you just go, oh, Formula One simulator shop, I'd like to buy one, please.
You have to build it.
There's 10 bespoke ones out there.
Yeah. And
like
let me put it this way, Matt. It's basically they just put a tub of an F1 car. They put massive hydraulic rams on this thing. So basically, as they're driving around, they're feeling exactly what the car would be doing going around this track. And if they have an accident, they are getting hurt as well at the same time. Like they will simulate that part of the accident.
Here's my idea, Buvy. We play Project Cars 2 on my PS4, and while you're driving, I shake your shoulders, and if you crash, I slap you across the head. But
not quite the same effect.
But I'll let you wear a helmet, so it's realistic. And every so often, Dave's gonna get a straw and shoot spitballs at you to simulate like rocks and stuff.
Rocks and stuff.
$1 million.
No, they're more than that. Some of them a lot more than that.
The genuine Formula Ones,
yeah. If you're talking about the Ferrari simulators at the Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi, that's okay. They can be $1 million, but not the genuine ones.
Where is this simulator, Blake?
Yeah, I would like to.
Where is Entertainment Park? Is that in Sydney? Is that in? It must not be in Melbourne.
It's in Sydney, I believe.
Fact checkers.
It's in.
There is actually there is one in Melbourne. Dream Simulator, I think it's called. Tom Randall's the part.
Okay, that sounded a bit right. Okay, Michael fact checked himself. 10 million for the sim. That sounds about right.
So 2 simulators, three simulators, or one Mick Doohan house is what you're saying.
Basically.
Which has its own go-kart track.
Does it have a simulator inside it, or do you sell the go-kart track to get the simulator?
You can't really sell the go-kart track because it's part of the land.
Well,
I
imagine
it's kind of its own island.
Yeah, I imagine if you can afford a $27 million house,
you could afford $10 million. You can afford a decent simulator.
Well, you can pay for your son to get so far towards Formula One.
That's true too.
That's true. And then
you can't quite stroll it, but
or you could Latifi it.
No, that's $1 billion, Buvy. Billion is B, not M. There's M for Stroll and B for Latifi.
Doohan's rich. These guys,
but he's not that rich.
Yeah.
But he's not Latifi rich.
That's a different story.
No.
Latifi rich.
He'd have to be one of the highest motorbike guys ever, earning wise, I'd imagine.
Doohan?
Yeah, you'd probably only have Rossi and maybe like Marquez ahead of him, I would have thought.
Okay.
Well,
I'm not sure what those guys get paid these days, but for what MotoGP was back then, like Doohan would have been on big money.
Mick Doohan is a net worth supposedly of $5 million.
Holy crap!
5 million or 500.
That's what the internet said.
Mick Doohan.
Okay. Mick Doohan.
Mick Doohan's net worth is $5 million. That's
he would
what
have been getting paid that.
He would have been
plus
getting
a
paid that
year
plus,
at Honda.
yeah. And then there would have been
Don't-
race win bonuses.
Don't get me. Don't get
Is that
angry at
wiki?
me for. That's everything on the internet. All of them are saying around $5 million.
Okay. I'm just looking at Safina Foods.
Is that Mick doing or?
Are you
Oh,
looking at
yeah.
what?
now he's selling $660 million planes. I think maybe he's got the internet to let him know that he's worth $5 million. So the ATO don't talk to him.
I think so.
If the ATO is listening, I'm worth 4 cents. I should pay no taxes at all because I need to do my taxes soon. I'm running at a loss this year, ATO. Please give me money. I would like to buy a simulator.
Unfortunately, home repayments aren't a deduction.
What?
Exactly.
Oh, this changes everything. I'm
Yeah,
slightly richer than I was before. Can I claim it as a place of work, Dave, because I work for you? Also, I'll need your ABN so I can tell the ATO that I'm an employee of yours. Also, you don't pay me very much. I run a
the contract's in the mail. If you think you're running at a loss with this, wait until you see my bills.
Jeez.
Dave, I'm just saying, Dave, Pepsi doesn't come for free. Not yet, anyway.
That's okay. You can claim as work expense.
I'm going to claim last week as a work expense, Dave, and it cost me 37 million. How much was Doohan's house?
27.
27.
It cost me $28 million to host last week. I would like all of that back as a return.
Yeah, but they only give you the deduction of the tax you would have paid on it. So
Whatever.
you probably need
Then
more like 90 million to.
Then
Although that would put you into the highest tax bracket. So
I need to work out my plan again.
Yes.
Much like Ferrari, I need to work out my strategy more properly.
we need someone
Exactly.
much smarter than us to work this out.
Yes.
Is what's her name from Red Bull? Is she available right now? She's pretty smart.
Yeah.
She's
Possibly.
managed to make Ferrari look completely stupid.
You do wonder now with the cost cap and things like that, whether then the onus starts to shift. Like obviously the drivers are outside of the cost cap and that. But if someone like that starts to become as important as say like an Adrian Newey.
Yeah.
Because the differentiators, obviously, because Newey can't go and spend, somehow they're spending this year and still bringing new parts and that, but they can't go and spend like they used to on developments and that. So if you can find
a good strategist.
like a strategist or someone like that actually, can make a fair difference, especially in those.
Is she a part of the the salary cap of?
Yeah, she would be. I think.
Yeah, so the top three aren't, and the drivers.
So who would be the top three at Red Bull? Mr. Ginger Spice.
Adrian Newey, Ginger Spice.
And Helmet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Helmet wouldn't be part of the race team.
I'd probably put her in the top three.
She would be top 3 then, because you have to have strategy
top
stuff.
five. I'd say top five.
You'd have
Top 10.
probably getting to that top 10. But you'd have
strategy.
like I'm trying to think, but there's someone then that's below Ginger Spice.
I thought it was her.
Yeah.
I thought she was like
she's calling the shots.
She's calling the shots.
From what it looks like, Mr. Ginger Spice sits there and just stares down Toto at every race going, "You suck." And then she sits there on a radio and she's like, "Guys, I don't have to do anything, but change the tires. I'm going to go check out Ferrari and just go, did anyone lose a tire?" And they're like, "Not again." And then I'm just going to walk off and laugh.
Bring your wife to work, Dave.
She gets paid like $10 million just to stir shit at Ferrari. And just go up to Toto and go, "How's things going?" He goes, what has Ginger Spice told you? Nothing. Anyway, I'm going to go walk over here.
We're just wasting our third employee out of outside of the cost cap on.
You know what I'd do if I was her? I'd walk around with a big book that just says Red Bull Strategies, top secret, don't open. And I'd walk past Ferrari and like accidentally drop it and go, "Oh no, you see my," and in the plans it just has stick figures that just show 4 people changing tires, and they look at
Changing 3 tires.
Changing 3 tires.
See, we had it right all along.
See, that is what they do. It must be good. And then her like pretending to lose them or something. You know, she's like, guys, I've lost my tires. Has anyone seen my tires? So if you're in the top 3, you can essentially pay whatever you want. But if you're like number 4, you have to be.
You then fall into the cost cap. Yeah.
Is there a way? Sorry.
There will be issues with the cost cap and that with more races as well, because you're going to have to start like alternating team members and stuff, because you will get burnout.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we complain about having to watch like 4 hours worth of telecasts over the weekend,
and it's hard, Dave. I don't know how you do it.
Well, so some of us have, you know, the struggle is real, but like when you actually look at it, it's fucking ridiculous. Like you get to fly around the world, but like with that, you'll pack up at Las Vegas on the Monday or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it'll be a day or whatever to get to Abu Dhabi. So that's Tuesday.
No, but there's a bit of a break. There's a bit of a break between them.
No.
No, it's not straight after.
Yeah.
No, it says 18th and it says the 26th.
That's
do your maths, Buvy.
That's a week. That's
less than a week. It's over a week.
I mean, not in the grand scheme of things, it's not really.
Well, actually, Las Vegas is a Saturday night.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, which they have to be set up in Abu Dhabi on Thursday for running on Friday.
Shit,
yeah, so they get an extra day in there.
Yeah.
You get an extra day in Abu Dhabi.
That's about
7, 8. So
yeah.
So
like
that's
the end of the season's ridiculous. Like
that's 3 sets of Ferrari tires, Buvy.
I know.
And that's after you've done Brazil the weekend before.
Yeah, exactly.
As well. It goes Brazil, Las Vegas.
So basically, it's a double thing. So you go USA, Mexico, Brazil, Vegas, and then you got to go to Abu Dhabi. So basically, that you got almost 6 weeks there of just constant travel.
So but at least those last 3 are in the same same time zone where you got
which ones?
Brazil.
Mexico's central. Remember, that's Central America, Mexico.
But like it's basically you're only crossing like 1 or 2 time zones, and they're essentially in the Americas and South Americas, whereas Vegas to Abu Dhabi is what? Like
it's basically similar to it's about 12,000 K.
Yeah. You could take a boat if you wanted to.
From the middle of the desert.
Marketing driving so you can market as much as you like. That's why it works for Red Bull, because Red Bull's essentially just a marketing company.
Basically.
They do shit.
And they sell some drinks.
This new front wing is marketing budget.
Yeah. It's for the new Red Bull coconut zero flavor. Also, it sits on the car. It's made of Red Bull cans and it's recycled.
Red Bull are the best marketing company in the world.
They are. I mean, where else would you find a man go to the edge of space and jump out a small capsule for the sake of a can of energy drink?
Fizzy drink. You're going to call it fizzy drink, like all the butthurt Mercedes supporters do.
Yeah. I think,
Matt, there was another topic you had. I'm just looking at it now.
I write a lot of things.
Which was the I might actually buy that for $5.
Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but racing. Need for speed.
That's all right. We're well over an hour, so
exactly. So we're off the rails at the moment.
I think it's the latest Need for Speed. Heat.
Is Heat the latest one? It was released 2019.
Yeah, that would probably be the latest. Is $5 currently on PlayStation and PC.
Yes.
So for $5, you can drive around. It's slightly related to this, Dave, so it's not quite off the rails.
It is motorsport.
Well, I'd have to admit, like normally with Rob, it's like 40 minutes and I've got to let you two go.
We've done well today.
Buvy's done pretty well. Yeah.
Buvy keeps us in track.
Do I keep in track or do I just...
I think Buvy's like the grown-up. He's like the less serious Toto that just keeps everyone... Whereas Rob is George, and he's just a menace. And then I'm probably Stroll or something. But I haven't given you any money to be on this show.
Mm.
So who would
Yeah,
you?
you should be buying your way on.
You need to start doing a stroll. Then you got to start paying for it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I'll be.
If anyone wants to buy their way onto this, I can be.
Oh
corrupted.
yeah, Dave will take bribes.
Dave will take bribes.
He's not opposed to taking any bribes,
Yeah.
sponsorship.
He's not opposed to any of that. Exactly.
Paper bags of money, anything.
Yeah.
If you want to be on the show, go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't Jared come on by literally just promising you 20 cents? And he still hasn't given you the 20 cents?
He didn't even. He just said, "Can I come on?" I said, "Sure, why not?"
Yeah.
He wanted to be part of the quiz.
You want to be part of the quiz, yeah.
Oh, wait, Dave. I think you're going to have to...
Yeah, so someone needs a...
Oh, no. Hey, wait. No. Sorry, Blake. That's a 5-second penalty there.
I actually have some
Have you got an
news
update?
for e-scooter. I do.
I do. You actually do have some news. They actually get back to you?
No, not quite. But
They've kicked themselves out. At least I'm willing to talk e-scooter.
So basically, an e-scooter driver now follows me on Instagram.
Oh, really? Wow.
And I'm going to try to ask him questions about.
Why not?
But I think there's not going to be any racing because
if you actually genuinely get hold of him, ask him on here.
I will.
Will he be willing to come onto a YouTube podcast and talk about e-scooters?
We can even say it's an e-scooter.
Yeah,
it's an e-scooter podcast. We can even change it. We can stuff it around on the day.
It starts at 9 p.m. on a Thursday night.
He's a pretty cool looking dude. I mean, he's probably
reflection.
We get light reflection on it. Don't worry, Matt. You can.
Anyway, he's a cool e-scooter guy, and I'll.
Does he wear a flat peak cap, kind of cranked to the side?
Dave, that's peak level cool. No one's that cool.
I left the sticker on there.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
Because apparently that's cool to do that.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know. I just got told that once.
Who told you that?
Someone who was cool wearing a flat peak cap, and I said, "Why'd you leave the sticker on?" They said, "You got to leave the sticker on. That's the cool thing to do." And I went,
back in the day, you put rubber bands to get peak.
Yeah,
back in the day, you put the rubber bands on your hat, and then
don't stress
sure
everyone. Next week, we're heading back to a curved front hat.
Is that how it works, Dave? You realise you haven't been cool enough, so you're going back with what you know.
Oh, I first admit, never been cool. Yeah,
I'm so cool. I don't even wear a hat.
I don't understand fashion. I'm not cool.
No, that's
this is the most fashionable thing I own.
I feel like Blake wants to know who. I mean, Blake. The problem is, as I've been learning, I've been told that the NRL is the poor man's rugby, and it's inferior to the other rugby. Buvy.
I don't know. I've been hearing this. I've been hearing this firsthand as well. Don't worry about that. I've heard it firsthand as well. So
I genuinely, I don't understand. There's a difference. It's all the same thing.
Oh no, there's a difference. There's a difference, Dave. And trust me, if you say to the person, "Oh, they're both the same game," you will cop a mouthful.
Oh no, I do. And apparently, it's probably when people try and tell me that F1 and IndyCar are the same, and I'm like,
geez.
have I got a lecture for you? I genuinely, I have a bit of an understanding on AFL. I have no idea with rugby ball or soccer.
They just pass the ball backwards. That's it. Just know that they can't. The only way they can move the ball forward is if they kick it, or else apart from that, if they have to use their hands, they've got to pass it backwards.
It's too much information. No care.
Don't care. No, it's all good. If anybody's going to win, I'll have to. If anybody's going to win, Blake, it'd have to be the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm also going. I will probably end up watching it because there's no other sport on at that time.
Yeah.
Because
no, they go around the track. That's NASCAR.
We go around in circles, Buvy.
We go around in circles. Yeah, that's a different story. But supercars don't go around in a circle. At least they make left and right hand turns, not like NASCAR. They just turn left.
Well, everyone knows, Buvy, NASCAR is French for left.
Yes.
Oh, there's a.
What happened?
So we've gone off track. We've given other sports tips.
Yep.
We've done pretty well.
Did we though?
No.
Well, we did. You didn't.
Me and Matt.
Did you actually pick someone though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we both picked Panthers.
Who are they?
They're one of the teams that is playing against the Eels.
Okay.
Both Western Sydney teams.
The Eels.
That I did not know.
Didn't you know
I
that?
literally went to Sportsbet and I looked up the favourite.
Where
That's my secret.
Where do the Panthers live?
They live in Penrith.
Okay.
The hint's in the name, Dave.
No, but because all I can see here is Panthers.
Yeah.
Blake's someone
they
called them the
didn't put
Panthers, and then
Yeah.
he's called them the Parramatta
I think
Eels.
Blake incorrectly assumed that you'd know what he meant.
Yeah, I've
Blake would
forgotten it
call us-
already.
Clearly,
Blake would call us Mexicans because we're
Clearly,
from Victoria.
Blake has expected more.
What they need to do is make like a, I'm trying to think, Ted Lasso type program for me to watch to actually learn. Like, while Ted is learning how soccer works, I'm learning along with him.
Okay.
So as far as I know, AFC Richmond is a team, and you can come from America and start coaching, and it's all fine. That's how soccer works.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
We've got a prediction.
We've gone back.
Ooh.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, I turned that off because I went to turn it on at the same time.
You both got control. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Only 8 seconds.
Only, yeah.
Only 8. Wow.
Max could pull out 8 seconds, especially in the wet at Singapore. He
No,
could
he
pull
can
out
do
8
8 seconds
seconds
in a
in like
lap.
2 laps. Yeah.
Wait,
Wow.
I got a question to ask, Adrian? Did Max stop for photos, like to get the lead down?
He's doing that for shits and
Hello.
gigs. I'm going to start last this
Hello.
race and do a couple of donuts and then take off.
Pepsi Max. Also, I have ice cream in the freezer. That's my treat for doing this.
Nice.
Is that your reward?
Yeah. I feed myself sugar when I do well.
What flavour?
Super choc chip.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do
We
you
don't muck
then
around
put
here.
like ice magic or something on top because it's not enough
Not enough
chocolate?
chocolate.
Well, we've only got caramels. I don't know if that mixes well.
Ooh, Matt, come on.
That's worse than the NRL talk tonight, I think.
I mean, that's true.
Matt, you top chocolate with chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but we ran out. I mean, look at me. Do I look like the kind of man that can keep chocolate in a house for more than a day?
No.
Yeah,
No,
but if
exactly.
you shop every day, you can keep the chocolate stocks up.
Exactly.
But Dave, here's the other thing. If I work from home, I don't leave the house. I wake
Uber
up,
Eats.
I work. Oh, don't give me ideas. This is Mr. Uber Eats. I am so lazy.
Uber Eats
I
sets
can't-
up with a packet of
Matt.
ice cream.
You could walk to a supermarket and back from your house.
I don't know. Buvy, I could walk to many places. I could drive to many places. I choose not to. I could get up and, like Dave said, shop every day and buy stuff, but I don't because I don't want to.
Really?
I like sitting on a chair in front of the computer.
As all IT workers do.
That's a good question.
Can you let one person control that? It feels a bit
No.
weird with the in
No,
out.
that was me.
Was that
Just
you
hitting
double?
it twice then. Yeah.
Okay.
I double clicked when I should have single.
No, Buvy, this is the Toto Lewis Hamilton simulator. We're both trying to vie for power,
Yeah.
and neither one of us is in control.
Yeah.
Matthew, this
Well-
is not right.
Matthew,
No,
this
Matthew.
is not clicking. Stop the
This is
clicking.
not clicking. Oh boy. All right.
So we've done our predictions. Max to win by, here
A
we
large
go.
amount.
Ooh,
That seems pretty realistic.
that does.
My only argument with that would be that Norris is quite good in the wet. So if it is going to be raining somewhere, Norris could actually be a bit of a dark horse.
It could be, especially there.
So Norris to get points.
Yeah, easy.
Oh, yeah. And Dan.
And
Dan, if he gets
Dan.
points, good luck.
Dan to get points. That's a big ask. So Max Verstappen is $1.42 to win. The next closest is Leclerc at $5. So no one's really confident that that's a good idea. Mad Cow Mark. Max should have to drive the whole race on slicks, regardless of the weather.
Seems fair.
And also 2-day-old slicks. I want slicks from like Friday that have been used and
he gets Latifi's qualifying slicks.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
So basically, they've done no work.
Bit of sandpaper on them.
That's basically it.
Podium. All right. So where is? You're not going to guess. Latifi is odds on last to get a podium finish.
Of course, he is.
At $251.
What's Norris for?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's the lowest they can do.
Realistically, if you put Latifi on for a podium, you should get a lot more than $250.
You should.
I think that's the maximum they can do.
Okay.
It's like with the AFL. Sorry, I have to mention another sport. AFL first goal scorer. They can't do more than $26 for a first goal scorer. Yeah, because of what happened in a final a few years back.
Oh.
I feel like there's a story to tell. I kind of want to know, but there's also 5 seconds.
That's another time. That's 5 seconds. Yeah, there's definitely the 5 seconds.
Was that Hawthorn?
No, it was a Collingwood one.
That's
tell me the story now. What happened?
Well, now we need to hear the story.
Yeah.
I think it was Travis Varco. He was playing for Collingwood at the time in one of the grand finals. No, not 2018. Oh, could have been 2018. No, it was before 2018. It was 2018, yeah. But I think it was another Collingwood player in an early, I think it was about either 2010 or 2011 when they played. And then first goal scorer, random guy out of nowhere, like a least likely person to score it. And a few people had actually put bets on that. And maybe there could have been some plays on this plays supposedly.
Oh, that was the guys that got banned for 12 weeks.
Yes.
And then he also had a bet that he was going to kick it.
Because he bet on himself, didn't he?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I remember that. He bet on himself and he got 12 weeks.
Yes, that's the one.
It was.
Travis Varco paid $20. Travis Varco paid $20.
Blake, when you started talking about NRL, I think Dave just it was a free for all. And all sports are now on the table. If anyone has any sports questions right now,
any sports doesn't matter. We'll try and answer it.
You've got a sports amnesty for the next 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Can I just go to bed?
No, Dave. You must. This is not right, Dave. You must stay here. You
must stay awake.
I'm the one who has to press end broadcast.
That's true.
Maybe I can cancel it if you try to end it. Buvy and I will just talk through the night.
It's not, and also I'm working from home tomorrow, so it's not like I have to wake up early.
Same here, Dave. We can do this all night. No, who am I kidding? I want my ice cream.
No, not really. No, people want ice cream. People have probably had enough of us talking for almost an hour and a half.
So, ice cream time?
Ice cream
time or whatever.
Yeah, we've covered off everything.
Yep.
We've done well.
We've done our predictions.
We answered some other sports questions.
Yep.
Yeah. So maybe that can be a...
Also, Blake, this will be a what is it called? A suspended 15-second sentence.
What? Blake's asking about the cap. I work for the company.
How do we make?
I work for I work for this company,
if we do this,
Blake. That's better. Oh, they've knocked me out. I'm the only one there. So yeah, Blake, I do work for it. So I do work for this company. So if they want to come in, guys can come back in.
Oh.
okay. I was trying to talk while Buvy was, I'm going big screen Buvy, and I'm like, why is no one responding to me? Oh yeah, that's
And then
right.
you realise you've knocked me out.
Yeah, you're muted when you're out of the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So
Well,
all this craziness.
Yep. Everyone go enjoy some ice cream. It's what I
Ice
would
cream
want.
or whatever. That's all good.
Yeah, Blake knows.
Yes, exactly.
Go everyone have some ice cream.
Enjoy the racing on the weekend, and we'll see you next Thursday.
See you all.